Welcome back to Low Stress Math with Mrs. Bono. Today we are doing Lesson 7, Solving Equations with Variables on Both Sides, Independent Practice. Independent means you do it first, then check back. Stop the video, do the problems, you can do this. All right, let's get started. Now, there are variables on both sides. If you want, draw a line down the, where's my pencil? Come here, you. Draw a line down the equal sign. Because in order to cross over, you have to do the inverse operation. And I like to move the smaller variable to the larger variable. It makes it a little easier. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And look at this, it's very nice. That's 1x, I don't have to write the 1, plus 4 equals negative 6. Subtract 4 from both sides, and x equals negative 10. Now, here's where reading the directions comes in. Normally, I say, hey, solve the level 1 problems and go back and check them. But this one, check the level 2 problems. So I don't have to check this. I'm going to. Look, it's not bad. 3 times negative 10 is negative 30 plus 4, negative 26. 2 times negative 10, negative 20, minus 6, negative 26. I checked it in my head. It wasn't that bad. Let's do the next one. Here we go. To be honest, I'm not loving on that pencil that I just had. So come here, pencils. Let's try again. Here we go. In order to go over the equal sign, you have to do the opposite operation. So instead of plus 2x, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And 5x minus 2 equals 8. All right. Inverse of add or subtract, plus 2 to both sides. 5x equals 10. Divide both sides by 5. And x equals 2. Again, I'm not going to worry about checking it because I don't have to. I have to check the level 2 ones. And I probably should check it in my head. 14 minus 2 is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. Yeah, that works. Here we go. These are the ones I have to check. So, again, I'm going to draw a line down the equal signs. And I do it lightly in pencil. I'll erase it later if it makes me feel better. So, this y is smaller than 2y. So I'm going to subtract 1y from both sides. And I know that that puts the variable on the right. It's okay, the world won't end. The minus sign stays with the 5. So here we go. Minus 5 or negative 5 equals 2 minus 1, 1y plus 10. Minus 10 from both sides. And I get negative 15 equals y, but you know I don't like it like that. I gotta flip it over to make myself happy. Y equals negative 15. Go back and check it, because this is level 2, and I gotta, instead of y, negative 15 minus 5 equals 2 times negative 15, that's a 5, plus 10. Negative 15 minus 5, keep, change, equals 2 times negative 15 is negative 30 plus 10. Same signs add, 20. They're both negative, negative 20. Negative 30 plus 10, different signs subtract. 30 is larger than 10, 30 is negative, negative 20. Yeah, it checks. Okay. Here we go. Now I want to keep these separate. I want to make my messiness here. You know me, I have a tendency to make a mess if I'm not careful. All right, now I want all the variables on one side. The opposite of negative x, which is definitely smaller than 3x, is positive 1x. So plus 1x, 3x plus 1x, 4x equals 2. Divide both sides by 4. And I know you're going to do it on your calculator, and you're going to get 0.5, which is okay. But it might not show up like that. It probably won't. 2 over 4 is equal to a half. So really, x equals 1/2. Now, we've talked about this a little in class. This is kind of like a bologna sandwich. It's okay. You know, it could use some lettuce and some mayo, mustard, depending on your taste, but it's just very boring if it's just a piece of bologna between 2 pieces of Wonder Bread. But this is that roast beef sandwich on toasted garlic bread with a little mozzarella melted on. This is the good one. So much better than that. Unless you like bologna, then you're okay. But this is the one I want, so let's go with that. 3 times 1/2 equals negative 1/2 plus 2. 3 times 1/2, well, what's half of $3? $1.50, or 1.5. Let's write 1.5, make you happy. And then negative 1/2 plus 2, what's 2 minus 1/2? 1.5. Or 1.5 is equal to 1.5. It works. If you want to use decimals, but fractions, you have a calculator that does fractions, use it. Here we go. Ooh, decimals. Remember what I said about decimals? I can get rid of all of those decimals because they're all to the same place. What do I mean by that? 3 1/10, 1 2/10, 2 3/10, 2 8/10. What do they all have in common? They're all tenths. So, multiply by 10. Let's get rid of all of this. And multiply everybody by 10. Every single term by 10. And then all those decimals are going to go away. And I get 31y plus 12 equals 23y plus 28. All right, now I'm going to draw my line. 23y is smaller than 31y, so subtract 23y from both sides. And let's see. 30 minus 20 is 10, plus 1 is 11, 11 minus 3, 8y plus 12 equals 28. We'll talk more about mental math later. All right, subtract 12 from both sides. 8y equals 20 minus 10 is 10. 8 minus 2, 6. Divide both sides by 8. Y equals 16. And I threw my pen on the floor. Ugh. Old ladies shouldn't do things like that. Here we go. Y equals 2. We'll put a little box around it because it's a gift. Not horrible. I think it's easier to get rid of the decimal to start with. So let's look at this. 4 2/10, 0 6/10, 1, but no tenths, 1 8/10. So multiply everybody by 10. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. I get 42m minus 6 equals negative 10 minus 18m. Negative 18m is much smaller than 42m. So I'm going to add Where's my pen? Here we go. Add 18m to both sides. For 40 plus 10, 50. 2 plus 8, 10. 50 plus 10, 60m minus 6 equals negative 10. Add 6 to both sides. And 60m equals negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4. Divide both sides by 60. And you get m equals negative 1/15. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's not a decimal. Well, I should change it to a decimal, huh? Let's see. Come on, machine, mommy loves you. Here we go. Now, fractions are just division. So, negative 1 divided by 15 is, it's 0.6 repeating. And now you can see why I wanted to change that. So, m equals 0.6 repeating. Oh, no it's not. Look at this mistake I made. It's 0.06 repeating. Now that last number is a 7 because the calculator automatically rounds it up, but I made a huge mistake and put my decimal in the wrong spot. That is completely wrong. So be careful. It's got to be m equals 0.06, and the repeater bar goes only over the 6's. All right. Not a great question. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.